Welcome back, Earl Entertainment, baby. We're out. Hey guys, welcome back to Earl Entertainment. I've got a pretty cool video for you guys today. Something I've been wanting to do for quite some time now is a comparison between the 2009 Dodge Challengers, specifically SRT8, and the 2020 Challenger, specifically the Hellcat. A lot of big differences and some things that might surprise you, so stay tuned. So right off the bat, you can see some differences between these two cars. One of them that really stands out is the grille. Now, the grille on the Hellcats, it's black plastic, very simple, very basic. The whole car, you can just tell it was engineered to go fast down a drag strip. There's no additional weight here in plastics, although this car is 300 pounds heavier than the 09. If you look at the 2009 SRT8 grille, you can see that this was more engineered for like to be a luxury muscle car, right? So there's a lot of detail here, bright, higher quality material than what you're going to find on the Hellcat. And that's, you're going to notice a trend in which direction this video goes, is that I don't think a lot of people understand that the 09 Challenger was going to be a high-end muscle car. The bells and whistles, you know, luxury, you could say, for 09, it was very luxurious. The Hellcat, you're going to notice that everything is just speed focused. Now, wheels. Both cars really have a similar setup, 5-spoke wheels. I have to say that I lean towards, I like the Hellcats better. I like the black, I like the aggressive, a little bit more of a concave look to them. I'm going to hand it to the Hellcat on the wheels, although the wheels on the 09 SRT8 are easier to clean. I know they're not spotless right now, but I have found that these clean easier than these ones do. Brakes, of course, they both have Brembo brakes set up. Nothing to complain about on either vehicle as far as brakes are concerned. Now to the back of the vehicles, you can see on the 09 Challenger that when these cars first came out, they really wanted to bring back that retro classic Challenger look, and you can see that in the taillights, and I really like those. I like this taillight better than I like the post facelift taillights. And again, the black, you see the theme, the aggressive look on the new Challenger, and then more of a engineered with a focus on the SRT8. Now, as far as exhausts, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 20 years, you probably can tell that the manufacturers have really opened up the noise barriers on these modern muscle cars. Back in 09, a factory exhaust, no matter what you bought, really, as far as American vehicles, there wasn't much noise to it. And now things have changed. I know it's fun, so we're gonna do a cold start on both vehicles. Vehicles are factory. There's no exhaust modifications at all to either one. Now, as far as trunks, these vehicles have a ton of space in the back. I mean, you could probably fit like, I don't know, 5 bodies in this thing. But the 09 SRT8, this one has got the kicker audio system factory, and I'll tell you what, this thing smashes. This is probably the best factory sound system I've ever heard. It absolutely rocks. In the 2020, this one doesn't have the Harman Kardon audio system. I actually threw in a couple of 12s just so, you know, have something to rock with. Now, moving on to the interiors. This, I think, hands down goes to the 2009 model. Right just off the bat, getting into the vehicle, this setup here, really high quality material. Nice grab handle here. I like this leather. Simple but classy. You can tell that the engineers really took their time working on this door card here. Swapping over to the 2020, I don't feel the same way. I mean, yeah, it's red. There's a ton of leather on here, sure, but it just, I don't like the setup as much as I like it on this version over here. Love this pull handle. I love this whole setup. You know, 2 decent sized bins here for your easy pass or whatever it is that you want to bring with you. Absolutely love these door cards. Also this stereo. This car, you can actually put your CD into the unit and download that CD onto this hard drive. It's something that I don't even think that's available in any of these modern cars. They want you paying for that streaming service. But it really is this, I absolutely love this radio system. It's back then in 09, this was really something else. Now, more squared, slim than what you find in the modern Challengers. I like it. I think it fits. I like the whole setup. Now, as far as the transmission in this car, 6-speed manual, you have to love it, right? But I will say, getting out of a GT350 and driving this, you don't feel as at home. The clutch doesn't feel like it likes the abuse as much. Transmission, you know, the gears don't shift as smooth. Don't get me wrong, it's a good transmission. But when you line it up with some of the modern setups, it seems like it could use probably a stiffer clutch and a shorter shifter. I feel like I'm driving an 18-wheeler with that thing. I mean, I get it, it's cool, the pistol grip kind of thing. It feels good in your hand, but when you're really trying to shift gears and beat the guys in the Chevys, it's a little long. If I was not going to keep this car original, that's something I would upgrade. However, I'm going to keep it original, so I'll leave it as is. So in the 2020 model, right off the bat, I got to say that I absolutely love these seats. I'm not kidding you, it's like you're going down the road in a couch. These seats are good for this car, straight line, getting on it here and there. I would not want these in something like the GT350. When you're really trying to come around corners, those track seats are something you want to have. These things, you'd be sliding all over the place if you're trying to rally this car. But the dash setup and the entirety of the interior, excluding the seats, I prefer the 09. I'm not a huge fan of this whole cluster here. I think that this big piece of silver trim looks out of place, looks silly. I think that should have been black for sure. Maybe even continued on with this leather piece. I don't understand this. It's glary. The shape of it's weird. I just don't like it. Cup holders, okay. But again, in the SRT8, the setup is better. The quality's better. Now you can see in the 2020 right off the bat that you don't have that squared setup like you had in the 09. I wish they would have stuck with it. This whole bubble situation is not for me. Don't get me wrong, I love the car, absolutely love the power, love the experience, but the interior, I gotta give it to the 09. Everything excluding the seats is better in that car. Now, driving experience, the SRT8 is an animal of its own with the power in the higher RPM range. It is an absolute blast to drive. Now, don't get me wrong, the Hellcat is a faster car, it's got more power. And the power in this car is immediate. You know, you hit the pedal right in the low RPM range and you're just going sideways. Whereas in this SRT8, it's similar more so to the GT350 in its power range, where it feels like the higher in RPM you get, the more power you're getting out of the car. You know, you get up above 5,000 RPM in this thing and you're pulling right back in the seat, and it's a real good time. Obviously this engine's a lot more simple than what you're going to find in a 2020 car in general, especially the supercharged Hellcat engine. This is back before variable valve timing, so there's a lot less to it. Much more simple Hemi than what you're going to find over here on this car. Probably a lot cheaper if you have any problems working on this one than it would be if you worked on this here. Overall, if I had to pick a car, which one would I get? Well, it's a difficult question. So if I could have one car and one car only between these two, I would pick the Hellcat. The SRT8, better engineering, yes. Fun, yes. But you're buying a muscle car for that muscle car experience, right? If you're getting one car, I'd go with the Hellcat. Now, if you have a bigger garage, as some of us do, and you have the option to get more than one, now consider this. Very clean example in the $20,000 range, 25, 26 for a really clean example. Really clean example on the Hellcat, 60s. You know, you want something with low miles, really clean, 60s, 20s. So if I had to take $60,000 right now, would I buy myself two of these things and a couple dirt bikes instead of one of these? Probably. So in value, I think that the money's here. I think it's with the SRT8 all day long. I mean, you could buy almost three of these things for the price of one Hellcat. But if you can only have one, whether it's the old lady or the size of the garage, get the Hellcat. No doubt about it. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Anybody looking at buying a Challenger, hopefully this answered some questions for you, and best of luck for you on your journey. If you're considering getting a muscle car, do it. Don't hesitate. Buy one. It'll become a passion, a hobby. Anything that you invest into it is worth its weight in gold. It's a highlight of your life, and you only live once. You live for a pretty short period of time, so pull the trigger. Get you something you can have fun with. Till the next time, Earl Entertainment.